Hello everyone, and welcome to what is my first ever, or I should say our first ever, tier list on the channel. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and I am here with a voice that should be familiar to any of you who pay regular attention to the channel. It's my lovely girlfriend Jane. Hello, Jane.
Hello everybody. Hello Tom.
Good to have you here, as per usual, on the
you.
channel.
Good
It's
to be
always
here.
a pleasure. What we're going to be doing today is I want to take a little bit of a break from guides as I'm working on my next one. And we had a little bit of downtime, so I figured it'd be fun if we actually went through and did a tier list of all of the designs of the major characters in Fire Emblem Engage. I wanted to get like all of the characters, all the DLC emblems, all that type of stuff, but unfortunately you can only put so many images in one of these tier lists, as I found out. So we're going to go through. We're going to be ranking each of these designs based on how we feel about them, and I figured this would be fun because, well, I've been playing the game, and I've been enjoying it, and I've warmed up to a lot of the designs because I've come to like the characters as a whole. Jane has not been playing the game, and I think it's fair to say despises most of these designs. Would you say that's an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I mean, despise is a strong word. But some of them don't bring me joy.
Fair. I mean, by all means, speak your mind. Like, I'm not afraid of being critical here. I was very critical about the game, and still am in many ways. The most recent writing in the most recent chapter that I played was some of the worst video game writing I've experienced in recent years. So, you know.
It's amazing to me that you can just push through a game like that, even though most of everything about it is not good.
But the gameplay is so good, and that's the thing. You know, it's really good Fire Emblem gameplay. So, but we're not here to talk about gameplay today. We're here to talk about designs. So you guys can see what it is that we are seeing. I've got it set up that we can go through the list of characters here. You can see what we're critiquing or discussing, and then we'll go back over to the tier list and move people around as necessary. So, Jane, you can see I have it set up. We've got S through F. I added F because I figured there was some designs that you would consider to just be failures, just straight up. I know there's a couple that I feel that way about.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. This might be a little bit of a good cop, bad cop situation here, since I have a bit more of a positive outlook on it, but that's fine. You know, that makes it interesting.
Okay.
So, we'll try not to linger too long on any one given character. There's a bunch to get through here, so let's jump right into it. I hope you all play along as we go and to try to guess where we're going to place different characters. Let us know in the comments. So, starting off, this list has male allier first, but the tier list has female allier, so we're going to go with female allier first. This is my protagonist. This is, of the two alliers, the one that I chose because, well, we'll get to why, I suppose, when we talk about male allier. But what do you feel about this design, Jane? The lips are already pursed. There's already a look of consternation. So why don't you start us off?
Okay, so my options are S, A, B, C,
D, and F. Yes, we're skipping E and going right to F. What do you think here? What's your gut reaction?
My gut reaction is D tier.
D tier? D tier?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
D tier allier.
On a scale of 10 to toothpaste, where are we at on this one?
We're at Colgate.
Oh man, we've rocketed straight to Colgate. I mean, I think that's a fair assessment.
Yes.
Again, I like Allier as a character. She's actually pretty well written. Her English voice work is honestly really good. So that's brought me around on the character as a whole. But I agree, this design is atrocious. Not to start us off too negatively here, but this is the first ever character design I saw from Engage when the images first leaked about it, and it made me hope that the entire leak was fake.
We thought it was going to be not real because of how ridiculous the main character looked.
And unfortunately for us, perhaps, it was very real, very accurate. And yeah, even just like forgoing the colors, I just don't like her outfit.
Yeah.
It's like a weird mix of like Napoleonic French officer with like fantasy armor elements and like
things that don't make sense.
Why is there a bow tie and like a two-tailed tie thing? Like
no idea.
I just don't. And like the hair, it's been the topic of discussion among everybody.
Yeah.
Jane said this before we started recording the video, but we both feel a gradient would have worked way better.
Way better, like you said, like a Genshin character. Way better. Would have looked so much nicer.
If any of you are familiar with Genshin Impact, look at characters like, say, Venti or Zhongli or most of the cast in that game, and like they have a gradient in their hair where it starts dark on top and then fades into a lighter color, sometimes a completely different color.
Yeah.
At the tips, and I feel like that just would have worked better for this concept.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's story reasons that I won't get into here for spoiler reasons for people who are still playing the game. There is a reason that this hair is the way that it is, but it still just looks atrocious to me.
Indeed.
So I agree with Jane. I'm going to say that this is a D tier character. Okay. I think we can solidly say D tier on this one. Now coming around to male Allier, I mean, I feel like most of the same arguments can apply.
He doesn't have a bow tie, though, to be noted.
That's fair, you know? He doesn't have a bow tie. There is something to be said about that. Something that is unfortunate about the fact that we can't see full-body art and designs with this list is the knee suspenders.
I remember the knee suspenders.
If any of you have seen, I'll probably edit into the video for you, the full-body art. If you have seen the full-body art of male Allier, he has these, like, suspenders that like start at his petticoat or whatever and go into his knee armor, and it's one solid piece from his torso to his knees. And then there's the clown shoes with the pointed like tip elf shoe things, and
oh no,
it's like it's a blessing, honestly, that this portrait, shall we say, does not contain the lower half of male Allier's design. I honestly, like, it's D tier for all the same reasons that female Allier is.
Yeah.
But because of the lower body, I would put this in F tier.
I would agree with F tier.
This is just a terrible design.
They both have this too, with the hair, the bangs crossed and the
above their
nose, and I hate that.
I know that drives you crazy
because it's like there's like for him specifically, there's a big negative space where his forehead is, and then. I don't know. His hair looks greasy to me.
It's like a boob window, but for forehead.
For his forehead.
Yeah. I'm going to say that male Allier is solidly an F design. So it's unfortunate that we're starting off at such a low tier here, but I mean, it is what it is. Toothpaste Chan and Colgate Kun are. I mean, they've been memed on heavily for a reason. I don't care if you've grown to like it. Like, Stockholm Syndrome is a thing. They're just bad designs. Moving right along to Vander, the resident Jagan and like protector character of this game. Well, what do you think, Jane? How you feeling about old man Vander here?
I feel to me it's a very boring design, but it's not offensive like the other two were.
I agree. The colors work way better. Like, you know, you have a normal like silver armor with gold accents, and then like a little bit of ornamentation in the sort of royal blue type thing going on. He looks like an anime character. Let's not beat around the bush here. But he looks like a much more grounded character, a little bit more realistic looking, which I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's just a generic old man knight who protects the hero. So, I mean, I'd be comfortable putting this at a solid C tier.
I was going to say C tier.
Right, middle of the road, nothing really bad, nothing really good. It's just, he's there. Yep. That's Vander. So, and we put him into a tier about as quickly as I put him on the bench when I was playing. So, you know, is what it is. Moving on to the first of the green and red duo that you will typically see in a Fire Emblem game, but instead of Cavaliers this time around, we have a mage and a cleric/healer. So, this is Clan. He is the mage of the duo, and, well, what do you think? How you feeling? Oh, boy. The lips are moving, and the grin is growing, but no words are coming out. That's concerning.
Oh, man. I don't like it.
No? No? Really?
No.
Can you elaborate on why?
I mean, the color palette is not bad. But it's again, everything just looks disjointed to me. Like you have this plaid looking scarf.
You know, that's fair. that like becomes sort of part of the outer vest is the same plaid material.
And then they have like a gray button-up shirt on underneath.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
And then they have these bracers
that are kind of like a floral pattern, I guess.
Right, exactly.
That, again, doesn't really match. Like, you've got a plaid pattern and then a floral pattern.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. As you're talking, I'm actually souring on the design more. Like, I don't mind Clan's design at all.
Yeah.
The big thing for me with Clan is just how ridiculous anime eyes he is.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with his sister Fram. We'll discuss in a second.
A lot of these characters, they're just very moe. Which is not inherently a bad thing, but it's not something I particularly look for in character designs. I like a little bit more of a seinen look.
That's fair. Yeah, it's, I mean, perhaps unsurprising, seeing as how the studio that did a lot of the animations, and I think the 3D models, is Gust, known for the Atelier Ryza games, stuff like that. But those are games that I feel like that style suits a lot more. Like, we don't have official art of all of these characters from Mika Picazo, but they definitely are less moe, the characters that we've seen in her art, in the 2D art. Like, if you were to compare, say, at the Alliers or Alfred in their 3D models to the 2D designs, they do look a lot less moe.
I was going to say, because I've seen her art, I do feel that the art, just, the designs look better in that format than they do in 3D models.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's possible that that is partly an issue with, like, the Switch's limitations. Like, maybe they just can't do the level of detailing that would make that style look as good because of the Switch. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think this style needs something to help it.
But on the other hand, you had something like Three Houses, that those characters had more realistic, I would say, less anime, less moe designs, and it definitely still like worked. So I don't know, it's hard to say. As far as me, I like Clan's color scheme. It's hard to see again with just the torso, but he actually has like this whole like pack on his back that's like, he's got like a jar of pickles and like some like medicine bottles and stuff like that. It's cute. I do like that. It's a nice little detail, and I like the more earthy tones. The earthier colors are nice. But there are certain things that you've pointed out that I definitely agree sour me on the design. The differences in the like the patterns and the weird gray button up underneath everything. Like if that was just gray, there was no buttons, it would work better for me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And you can see that the plaid kind of goes down on the sides of the vest.
Which is just odd. It's just odd. So me personally, I would put Clan in B.
B, okay.
If that works for you.
That's fine with me.
Okay. It's the most appealing of the designs thus far to me. So, speaking of, we can move from Clan to Fram, which moves up for me in terms of design from her brother. So, this is the Red Cavalier, quote-unquote, as I'm sure you can tell from the pink. And she is our fisticuffs brawler cleric in the group. And taking just her design, I like it way more than combined with her personality.
Oh, no.
Her personality sours me a bit, but in terms of her design, I actually really like this design. This is the first of the designs for the game that I liked more. The pink is very hot.
It's very hot.
I wish it was a little less hot.
Yeah, me too.
But I like the design consistency that she and her brother both share, like the earthy brown tones in like the accents of their designs. They both have the plaid. I actually think the plaid hat is kind of cute personally. I like the big like brawler's gloves and all that type of stuff. And I do like that they both have like the pink and the green in their braids. That's fun. So I really like this design. For me, it's still a B tier because the pink is just too hot.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
But how do you feel about this one?
I mean, I like big braids. And she has a big braid.
It's almost like an anime mom braid, which is kind of funny.
Since
she's one of the younger characters, but she'll probably wind up keeping that braid as she grows older and become a stereotype in the anime world. But any feelings one way or the other here? Anything in particular?
I pretty much agree with everything you said.
Okay.
So you can go ahead, slap her in B tier.
Slap her in B tier. All right. The twins are going in B tier, our highest ranks thus far. So now, moving on from Allier and their retainers, we're now moving into the Firenese characters. And here's where shit gets a little rough. So, starting off with Alfred. I mean, I'm going to be frank.
That's
That's
an F tier.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, that's an F tier straight up.
Yeah, I mean,
Do we even need to discuss this? Because that's...
I mean, I agree. A lot of what I'm going to say about Alfred, I'm going to wind up saying about his sister as well, and I feel like it's more poignant with his sister.
Oh.
So, yeah, the primary colors are way too much. The puce choker neck piece thing with the amber in the middle is just, the ruffles are just, the flower circlet is just, the weird black lace that definitely looks like it came from, like, Hobby Lobby is just, it's not great,
like,
man.
If you took the lace away, maybe.
It would help it.
It would help a lot.
It would help it.
But
what's weird is it's like the lace is like stitched into the clothing, right? Because there's this slit on the sleeve where the lace is cut.
Yeah.
So that's literally just stitched on for flavor? For detail? I don't know.
I don't know.
I hate it.
I hate it too.
All right,
Personally
cool.
hate it.
Alfred's getting dropped into F tier. Moving on to his sister, Celine.
Oh.
This is my immediate F. Like, this is bottom of the barrel. Like, this might be... I can't say it's my most hated design in Engage, because there's definitely some characters that are going to come up that are worse. But I cannot stand this. Like, the flower crown, the giant hair, the butterflies, like the puke greenish yellow, the lace bra crisscross Kingdom Hearts X thing. She doesn't have a top.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just crisscrossing lace.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
The hair color plus the dress color doesn't look. It doesn't complement each other at all. It just looks like,
man.
It looks like ass.
I promise there will be some higher ranked characters in this. As you guys know, the game really kind of front loads its most garish character designs, and then it gets better over time.
Let's move on with that.
So Celine's getting dropped right into F along with her brother. So moving on to their retainers, we have Etier. Etier is a tough one. I like her promoted sniper design way more, and I've discussed this with you, and I've discussed this on stream. Like, it's got this black and orange, almost firefighter-esque design going on, and the only puce that you have going on is in her bow, which she keeps. Unfortunately, that's not the main design. That's not her canon design. This is her canon design.
She reminds me of a candy AU of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. She looks like a candy corn.
Damn.
Because look at the bow. Like,
I mean, yeah, I hear you. The hair, like, yeah. No, I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It's a lot.
She looks like an Easter egg.
She does look like an Easter egg. No, you're fine. I don't really know how else to describe it, honestly. It's, again, like, the orange hair at least matches the orange accents on her outfit.
Right, okay, so the colors match, but...
But then you've got this puce thing going on.
Why this color?
It seems to just be kind of like an overarching color in, like, Firenese characters. I don't know. Because, like, you've got this with her, you've got it with Celine, you've got it with Alfred, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a design consistency. I don't know if it's supposed to be flower-like. They're all about flowers and tea. But
flowers have so much nicer colors than
this. I know. So, to me, base design Etier, I like the overall outfit, but the colors really hurt it, so I'm going to say C.
I'll say C as well. I hate the frills, but...
And, again, that's just like a Firenese thing.
Yeah.
They're very frilly, flowery, like...
Okay, put it in C.
Prancy flower children.
Flower children.
All right, moving on to the man himself, Boucheron, the axe fighter. I like Bucci. I like his character. I'm going to try to not let that color my analysis of his design. His color scheme.
It's awful.
It's rough. The bright orange, and like, listen, I love me some orange. Y'all know that. You can see it all over my channel decoration. But like the orange with the green and the puce straps on the armor.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Oh no.
Oh.
No, that's not good.
Again, a lot of his promoted designs work way better. And like as far as his character, like he's a simple dude. He's got his haircut and like he doesn't have any extra crazy frills or bows or anything. He's just a dude in some armor.
No tattoos.
I appreciate a dude in some armor, you know?
Yeah.
But man, when the cloth is the color that it is, I'd say D.
I'd say
You can disagree. Are you thinking F?
it's such a boring design to me. I'd say F.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, I'm okay with F. Like, I would much prefer this to be done in so many different ways.
There's just nothing about this that is redeeming for me. Like, yeah, he just looks like he's like a plain graham cracker. With like really gross frosting on top.
Oh God! Oh no!
Like, not even a good graham cracker, like one of those cardboardy graham crackers.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, I mean, you heard it here first, folks. Boucheron, the gross graham cracker, kind of cardboardy, cardboardy,
Cardbucci.
with weird frosting on top. So, Boucheron,
Sorry.
fat F.
Fat F tier.
My guy. Man, we're not doing great thus far, but we're immediately going to start getting into some better characters here.
Okay,
so,
thank God.
I don't know why. I don't know.
It's out of order.
We're going to put you there where you belong. Okay. Anyway, Chloe!
Oh, that's an A tier.
All right. Nice. We are immediately moving into, again, a Firenese character that doesn't look terrible.
No, she looks good.
It's weird. Yeah, her and Louis, who's Celine's other retainer, both look way better. It's very strange.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like Chloe's design. She just has a very classic Fire Emblem Pegasus Knight vibe.
I love her hair and the earrings. Oh God, it's so nice.
Very stylish. Like, has cool armor. I like the long, what would they be, like elbow gloves? Well, how would you describe that? Like,
yeah, like elbow length gloves.
Okay.
I guess.
it's like the equivalent of like a thigh high boot, but I don't know
Yeah.
what the equivalent descriptor would be in glove terms.
Not
So.
sure, actually.
But yeah, I love the gloves. I love her color scheme. It actually works. You've got like the whites and the golds and a nice like jewel emerald green works
Yes.
way better. The only thing for me is the like sheer tummy material isn't bad. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is odd,
Like,
but
it's not offensive
Right.
to me.
yeah.
But it's just odd. Like, my brain wants it to be like some other type of material, I guess.
right.
I don't know why. It sticks out to me. Maybe because you can see the definition of her stomach underneath.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally just like a black veil.
Right.
Which is fine.
Like a Tharja type.
Yeah.
thing going on.
But I mean, it's fine. It works. I agree. I think this is definitely our first A tier character.
A tier for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love her eyes, like her downturned eyes.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. What's up?
I'm just trying to think, like, of all the characters, like, who would be S, because she's the only one I like so far.
That's fair.
So I don't know if she would be S compared to everybody else.
I mean, we can always shift things around. We'll do a quick review at the end and see if we want to move anyone once we've got everyone on the board.
Fair.
But I personally do have some S tier character designs that are coming up, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Moving on, we have Louis, the man, the myth, the legend. This is probably, if not the strongest character in the game, one of the strongest characters in the game. Excellent performance in terms of his English VA. Really fun personality. I really like him, and I like his design. I really like his design. In terms of Armor Knight designs throughout Fire Emblem history, especially some of the more recent ones that look really silly, I like his design.
Okay.
The only thing that bugs me is how big the neck piece is. because it's just like, how is that mounted on there? Especially when the gold medal is like skin tight to his neck.
Yeah, I find that a little odd.
Like, how did they get that over his head?
Yeah.
But in terms of just overall design, I really, really, really like Louis. Again, to me, this is an A tier design. Maybe it's just because it's a relief that it's not the other designs that we've seen thus far. What do you think, though?
I wouldn't put him in A.
You don't think so?
No, maybe like B or C for me.
B or, I mean, I'd go with a comfortable B as a middle ground.
Okay, I'll put him in B.
I'd be fine with that. I just like all of his armor. And in motion, like, his actual character sprite looks awesome.
Okay.
Like, he just looks powerful, intimidating. He looks like a knight.
Okay.
So I'm comfortable with a B. I can accept B for
B
Louis.
tier.
So, all right, moving along. We're moving from the Firenese characters into the Brodian characters, and this is where the designs really start to pick up for me personally. And this is Diamant, Lord of the Kingdom. Well, really one of the princes, but to me, this is a solid B. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't say that it's an A tier design because like some of the red accenting is really weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he's got this red and then maroon accenting down his chest that just, it's like a color shifted version of those plastic cups from the 90s.
Yeah.
Except instead of it being like green and purple, it's like red and like dark maroon, which is a little weird.
I agree.
But I like his armor. I like the very realistically colored like leather straps, a more normal looking like collar. The hair isn't super obnoxious. Like, he's an anime character, obviously.
Yeah.
But again, everything's a bit more grounded. I like the crest on his sash, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree. I like his look in general. Nothing about it jumps out to me as being overly offensive. I like his eyes actually a lot.
Again,
fiery.
Nowhere near as moe as a lot of the other characters
Right.
are. This is definitely moving into more of a realistic seinen sort of design, or seinen design. I can't talk today, and it's my job. No, I agree. He's got an intense, like, very serious, warlike culture vibe, which is what Brody is. So, cool. I think we can safely put Diamant in the B tier.
He seems to represent what his country is about. So
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same for the Firenese characters too, but
In a much more negative way, though. In a much more negative way. So, let's see who we have next on the list here. Okay, so it's his brother, Alchrist. Boy, man, Jane squinted, the lips pursed. It's,
what's going on here?
well, this is Alchrist.
Okay.
He's timid to the nth degree. He is not a good design.
He's not.
I wouldn't say this is an F tier design, personally. Like, this design doesn't offend me the way some of the Firenese characters and the way the Alliers offend me.
Okay.
But I think this is a D tier design.
C or D.
C or D? Okay. Nothing appeals to me
Nothing
about this
appeals to me
design.
about this design either. This is just a. Yep.
The thing that bugs me the most is, like, you've got the reds and the maroons and the blacks, just like you do with Diamant. So you've got, like, a color theming that matches as two brothers of the kingdom. They even have the red eyes. But then the blue hair.
Yes.
And I get that it's, like, he's, like, the depressed, insecure ones, maybe the blue hair as opposed to the fiery red noble. Like, to me, that's how I interpret their choice of hair colors for these characters.
I get that too, because you can see Diamant's hair is much more like styled upward, like fire.
Yeah.
And then his is more like water. And it's supposed to show you the differences between the brothers, I guess.
Right.
But, like, there's just better ways to do that.
And it just clashes with everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't like Alchrist's design. I know people like him as a character, but in terms of design, that's a solid D for me.
Yeah.
He can join Toothpaste Chan there. So, moving right along, we have Amber. And I know this...
Is this Alpaca Boy?
This is Alpaca Boy. And I know this is one that when you first saw it, you did not like at all. I'm curious to see if your opinion on that has changed.
I mean, the theme is just the clashing colors. That's the theme.
Yeah.
of this game is clashing colors.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It really is. And what's interesting is then when you get characters that don't have the clashing colors, it just immediately works so much better.
Right.
Like, again, you got Chloe, you've got Diamant, you've got Louis. Like, all of their colors make so much more sense.
Right.
So, I mean, even Clan and Fram, their colors work way more. It's just there's other aspects of their design that we maybe weren't as hot on. But, yeah, Amber Man, I mean, how did they even make those stripes in the collar work?
I don't know.
Like, from a functional, like, how did you tailor that design? I have no idea how that works. It's, and I mean, we're going back to the frills. Like, we got the Firenese frilliness again.
Again, yeah.
Like, the ruffles, and, like, again, we abandoned that. I mean, Alcris had it a little bit,
Alcris
but,
has it.
like, we abandoned that with,
I like the fur.
with Diamant. Yeah, yeah,
Fur is
yeah.
a better choice.
Like, Louis and Chloe didn't have the fluffy, ruffly anything, but, yeah.
I do not like the ruffles. I do not like the clashing colors. He looks like a long-lost Elric brother.
He really does, actually, doesn't he? Yeah, he definitely looks like the middle child of the Elrics.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think? Where are you placing this a pack-a-loving gentleman?
All right. So, just trying to place everybody in F.
I mean, if you want to advocate for an F, you can. I might veto it a little bit if I have a different opinion, but like,
I'd say a D.
I think a D works for me as well. Again, this is a character that when I changed him to Lancefighter and Halberdier, he worked way better because there's no more red in his design. It's all just like tannish white and black,
Right.
and it works way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm fine with Alchrist in a solid D there. So Alchrist, I was reading up here. Amber. Amber. Moving right along from Amber, we have Jade, whose design I like way more, but I'm not used to her axe armor design because she's been a Pegasus Knight for so long for me, and I like her Pegasus Knight design way more.
Okay.
But I like Jade. I like Jade's armor because she actually like looks more like a knight, and her armor looks more functional than Louis' armor does.
Okay.
Like, I like that she has the big like visored helmet. I like the big ponytail coming out the back of it. Like, it looks like proper classic plate mail. The thing that bothers me about it is like, why the red accents?
No, that's what I was gonna say. It just reminds me of like I don't know why a football jersey comes to mind, but just coloring.
No, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that with the red stripes on the helmet and like the shoulder pads that have like the team colors on them.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. Absolutely. And it's not complementary colors at all, which is clearly intentional in all these designs. But because I like the armor so much, even though I don't like the colors in the detail work, for me, this is a solid B.
Okay, give her a B tier.
You think B tier would work? Okay, cool. We actually have more Bs than anything else now.
Okay, that's good.
That's a good sign.
I'm surprised by
That's a good sign. Let's see if it continues. Load more. Moving right along. Ah, yes, into Lapis, who's very long.
Why
Can
is
we
she so
open?
large?
There we
Okay.
go. This is an A tier design to me.
I like it.
I like Lapis a lot. The biggest thing for me is that all of the colors actually work together,
Well, yeah.
in my opinion.
You know who she reminds me of?
Who does she remind you of?
Sakura from Naruto.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the pink hair,
And the red
definitely.
outfit.
Yeah, you know, that's a fair point.
So.
I'm kind of surprised I didn't think about that.
And the headband.
And the headband. Interesting. I'd love to hear some designer commentary on that one, see if there's actually a connection there.
Yeah.
But no, I love Lapis's design. I really like the shape of her armor, kind of angular, very much more realistic looking. I like that. The gold trim on it feels appropriate.
Yep.
It's very regal and royal looking, even though she's just a retainer. Like, she's still a retainer to one of the princes. So the black accents really work. The pink of the hair doesn't clash anywhere with the design. I like the headband. I like the little white bow on the side.
Yeah.
I like the braid on the other side. Like, this is absolutely an A tier design.
I
for
agree.
Me. So I don't even know if there's that much more that needs to be said about it. I really like her Swordmaster design as well. Obviously, we can't see that here, but this is great for me. Again, the sort of like sheer lace tummy material just throws me off. I don't even dislike it. It just
A little weird.
is weird. And it works more for me with Chloe because she's on a Pegasus. She's not in the scrum fighting in the same way.
It's kind of a weird area to expose.
Yeah. And in terms of like anime character designs, kind of fan servicey, like I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's
Like-
alright. Again, it's not real. It's fake. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
It works for me. It stands out.
yeah.
It stands out. And again, she's a sword fighter. Like, she's literally down bodyguarding the prince. So, you know. But overall, really, really like this design. It's definitely an A tier for me. Moving right along into her companion in crime, we have Citrine. This is another design. Actually, we don't need to magnify her. That I really like.
I like it too.
I think this is another A-rank design.
Yep.
It actually has interesting ornamentation with like the feathers and the sort of interesting geometric designs, the jewelry. Again, the colors don't clash.
Yeah.
Like, the coloration of her outfit matches her hair. She's got the cool headpieces, a more down-to-earth, neutral brown in terms of the actual, I guess, dress, tunic-y type thing. I really like the exposed shoulders with, like, the big arm pieces.
Yeah.
And as a mage, it looks kind of mystical. You know, she has that vibe, and she's a very rich noblewoman. So all of that comes together in this design for me.
I agree. Nothing else to say about that.
Okay. We can agree on A.
Yes.
Beautiful. Look at that. The 3 girls right there in A rank. Up at the top. Haven't hit S thus far. We'll see.
Not yet.
And we're not about to because it's Tamara.
Bubble girl.
Oh, Bubble Girl. Bubble Clown Girl. Yep. So this is the Princess of Solm. And the thing that's tough for me with Tamara is it's not the colors that bother me. I actually like the colorfulness of this design. She definitely looks like a McDonald's ball pit. And that's what bothers me more than anything. I think if we had these colors on any sort of differently designed outfit,
Yeah.
I'd like it more.
But what are the balls?
I don't know.
What are they supposed to be?
I don't know. I just don't know. Like,
what are they supposed to be?
it just feels so impractical
Yeah.
for a lance fighter. Like I feel like I'm looking at like a dartboard covered in balloons that you throw darts at the balloons to win prizes.
Yeah.
Like, and what's interesting is she very intentionally uses herself as a distraction. Like, she uses the fact that she's the princess and she's dressed so brightly and so obnoxiously to draw attention.
Okay, that's neat.
So that she can find bandits with her bodyguards and take them out.
That's nice.
It's an interesting characterization. I think it's fair to take that into consideration a little bit when we're talking about these character designs. But the bubble balloon ball things is just so weird, and
It's
it
very
throws me
odd to
off.
me too. I'm not digging it. Not digging this one.
Yeah, I like all the colors. I just, any other way of doing it, like if you had more of the bangles and jewelry and stuff that were these different colors, I think that could be really cool. Like, instead of having a bunch of like bubbly bobbly things, like have a bunch of like metallic bands of different colors around her torso that would kind of like jangle and make noise and be that sort of same like distraction-y. She's literally, her personal skill is the racket of Solm. Like, that is her whole deal.
Oh boy.
Do something like that, I think, and it would work better. As far as the rest of her design, though, I love her hair. I love her eyes. I like the like kind of black sleeves, I guess, with the gold jewelry and everything. I like all that stuff. I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna mention her eyes as well.
Yeah, the starry eyes thing is something her whole family shares, which is interesting.
That's neat.
Because I like so much of her design, it's not a failed design to me. I just think it's like C tier. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, C tier's okay.
C tier is appropriate, you
Yeah.
think? Okay. Again, the colors I really, really like, but just the bubbles, the balloons are just, they're just weird, man. They're just weird. Moving on from Tamara to her brother Fogato. I like Fogato's design. I really do.
Do you really?
I really do. The issue for me, again, is the colors. If he just had, like, the white and the black and the gold and the kind of, like, feathery, ostentatious,
Yeah, I can see it.
I would like that way more. It's when you get the weird candy corn zipper in the middle
Yeah,
there.
I see that.
And then, again, we're going back to, like, the Firenese green and orange on the shoulders. Why?
They're not even from there.
They're not. It's a completely different country. Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Like, I swear, if the shoulders were just white, or maybe had like the black and gold like leather shoulder pads, like the similar material to this chest guard, it would work infinitely better for me. I like his hair. I like his jewelry. I like his expression. I like the cocky, like, fingers thing. Like, I like the featheriness. I like everything else about it. The shoulder colors and the weird zipper throw me off.
I agree with you. Now that you've explained it, I agree with you there.
Like, you can see it,
yeah,
right?
I can see it. If you get rid of the weird stripes that stop at his armpit.
For some reason, and just cut off in a straight line across his chest on his shirt for some reason.
Get rid of that. It improves the design probably like 40%.
So I'm comfortable giving Fogado a solid B tier ranking.
I'm okay.
I think that works. And we're going to skip the retainers here because I guess we're doing the royals and then all of the retainers. Moving on to Marin. Marin is weird because conceptually, I like her design. I like the claws. I like the tunic. I like the fur around the shoulders and the neck. I like her hair. The purple looks terrible.
I was going to say, actually get rid of the blue. The purple I like it, get rid of the blue.
I feel like if you got rid of one or the other, it would work way better.
And the fucking frills. Get the. I want to rip it off her freaking neck. Sorry, that might have been a little aggressive.
It's okay. It's okay. You feel how you feel, darling. It's all good. Yeah, the blue to me works on its own because it matches her eyes. Maybe tone it down a little bit from being so bright.
Because her eyes aren't even that color blue.
Well, right, exactly. If you made it match her eyes a little bit more, make it a little bit more sky blue, maybe that would work. But the blue and the purple together is really rough.
Again, it's not hard to pick colors that don't clash.
Well, and the issue is, again, that's kind of Mika Picasso's style. Like, she's got very bright, some would even say garish colors, but in her actual more, like, watercolory style, it works way more.
Yeah.
When you have to translate it into a much, like, blockier, more static 3D, it doesn't flow in the same way, you know, which is rough. So, yeah, I mean, I like the concepts of Marin's design. The colors really kill it for me. I could give her a C because I like the design, like the actual design of her outfit, but if you wanted to knock it down lower, I wouldn't be opposed.
I mean, it's the fact, it looks like they're trying to mash two different styles together, like Princess Mononoke with I don't even know what character I would.
Well, again, there's like this kind of French Napoleonic with like the frilly ruffles, which I think is kind of a vibe that they were going for with this game. A little bit of like a French, just because there's so much ruffles, I guess. Maybe I'm just pulling that out my butt, but that's always been the way I felt about it.
I can see that.
So
I can see that.
Would you want to say D? Do you think?
I like the claws.
See, this is what's so rough about it.
The tail is weird to me.
Yeah, and that's, again, you can't tell without seeing the 3D model, but we've seen it, so we know. This is not like a waist wrap down here, for those of you who don't know. This is literally a tail that all wolf knights have.
If she also had ears, like wolf ears, I'd be a little happier. Or just wolf ears. The tail, though, don't like it.
Well, and it's weird because it's just like a part of the uniform for wolf knights. It's not like this is like a Laguz-esque character.
She doesn't actually have a tail.
No, it's every character you make a wolf knight gets a tail. It's just part of the outfit. She does not have a tail. Like, it doesn't move. It's not prehensile. She can't control it. It's just part of the outfit, which is so freaking weird.
Okay. Oh my.
How does this adjust your evaluation?
I'm gonna put her in D.
D? Okay.
I think I have to do D. I'm sorry. It's just if...
I totally get it. Like I said, I'm not opposed to knocking her down. Like, C works for me. D also works for me.
They both work.
It's just rough because the colors and some of the weird detailing. So, I'm fine with D.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay.
Okay. Moving right along to Panette.
Yeah.
I'm very torn on Panette. If she didn't have the clown suspenders, I think I'd be a bit better, and like the clown
like
bows
down the front of her outfit.
Yeah, because she's got this weird mix of sort of like gothy skeleton vibe.
Well, look at the hand wraps.
Yeah, the hand wraps and like the really cool like black and orange like spiked bracelets. And again, like the orange hair and like the ruffles on the shoulders and everything, it goes out into like this poofy dress. And I think she also has the wraps like on her legs as well, with the spiked shoes and her boots even. So like I like all those aspects of the design, but then we get the green
in the hair,
like in the bow, and a little bit of like the green eyeshadow, and then the weird sort of face tattoos, and it just I'm conflicted.
So her face tattoos kind of just remind me of like if you're in a video game and you go into a character creator.
And it's like, here's the tattoo options, and it's just like the default before you move anything. You're right, yeah. I kind of see what you're saying with that.
Like they don't look like they have any meaning to me or like any cultural significance to her land. It's just...
Well, that's what's weird, right? We've seen all these other characters from Solm. Not a single one has had tattoos, period. Mm-hmm. So feels very isolated to this character, and it makes you ask why.
Yeah. The other thing that really does bother me, again, like with the last character, I forget her name.
Marin.
You have these two different styles that you're trying to put onto one character.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like it looks like a tutu.
It is almost kind of tutu-y. I think it goes down further than that.
So she's got like this...
It's like a frilled layered dress sort of thing.
Layered, like, I'm a noble woman, whatever, I'm rich dress with these hand wraps and leg wraps that are much more like... Not that.
Well, I can give a little bit of insight into that, actually.
Okay.
Because, again, some of these characters, their designs are explained a little bit by their personalities.
Okay.
I haven't used Panette much, but from the couple supports I've seen and a few things I've seen people say, I don't know if she used to be just, like, a thief or a bandit or something, but she definitely was, like, a bit more leaning towards the murderous lunatic side. And then when she got picked up by Tamara and became a retainer, Tamara kind of strong-armed her into having a much more polite, noble persona. And that's like how she speaks and acts, like you can see from the hands and everything. But then kind of like with Charlotte, when the mask slips, she definitely goes into like her more original murderous lunatic vibe, which is where you get like, I think... Again, I haven't used her much, but like the hand wraps, the spiked jewelry, the spiked boots, stuff like that.
Okay.
So that might be, again, part of where that comes from.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain the clown suspenders and ribbons, though. Like, her whole design is so much more literally clownish because of the torso.
Of the bows. And yeah, I get it. Okay.
It's
Where would
weird.
you put her?
I'm so conflicted. Like... Because of the more clownish designs and the face tattoos that don't feel like they fit, I have to go at best C tier in terms of like up in the rankings.
Yeah.
She'd be B or A for me if she had just more of like the kind of like gothy bandity vibe going on. But she doesn't.
She doesn't.
And those aspects I think to me are turned down, brought down by the more clownish stuff.
I put her in D.
You would say D?
I would say D.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Again, like with Marin, it's a character that I would like way more if we had anything different going on. Anything at all. So, moving right along, we'll see if he's next up. Yes, in the lineup. I believe these two are brother and sister.
Okay, a lot of siblings.
Yes. I don't quote me on that, but I think they are, because, like, they've got the same eye color. They've got the same hair color.
Yeah.
Like, so I think these are siblings. This is Pandreo. Panette is a retainer to Tamara. Pandreo is a retainer to Fogato, her brother.
Okay.
I know this is a design you did not like.
I still don't like it.
I mean, I agree. Would you like to elaborate on why you don't like it? Because we probably share a lot of our thoughts on it.
Okay. Well, I'll start with his hair.
Yep. The longer you look at it, the worse it gets.
The pincers at the top.
Yeah, the kind of like beetle earwig, kabuto type of thing going on. Yeah.
Okay, there's number one. Number 2 would be the bangs for me. What? Oh my god. Okay. Moving on to his outfit.
Well, let's not move on from the bangs too quickly here. I mean, they're very long.
They're very long.
You got the crisscross again.
Got the crisscross.
Where are these two going? Where are they going?
Do they just connect back into his hair?
Like, are they looped behind his ear? Are they pinned back there?
They might be pinned back there.
Like, but then that would, listen, as the resident shaved-headed bald man, perhaps it is not fair for me to say anything about hair in the face, but that would drive me up the goddamn wall.
No, it just looks extremely irritating. Not even from a design perspective, but like if that was me,
it would drive me insane.
It would drive me up the freaking wall.
So yeah, I needed to highlight that because
Okay.
that drives me insane just
Yeah,
looking at
it's
it.
really irritating.
Yeah. The outfit.
I don't even know if I need to talk about the outfit because anyone should be able to see what's wrong with this outfit.
God, the gray and then the
Bright
red. And then the weird, like, dark turquoise? What? That?
It's not even black. Like, if it was black, at least it would sort of make sense.
But it's this greenish, bluish, seawater-esque. Ugh.
It's really gross looking.
It is really gross looking. And then the gray does not look like it. That does
No,
not help matters either.
Does not look good.
None of this works.
Not at all.
None of this
None
works.
of it works at all.
I'm gonna say it.
F.
F tier.
Said it first.
F tier. You know, I mean, this not a competition, darling. Not a competition. Okay. Yeah, that's, man. We have a lot of F rank characters, and
We
there's gonna be more.
Oh, boy.
There's gonna be more. Moving on to Bunet. This is the last Solmic retainer, partnered with Pandreo to protect Fogato. Not bad.
Okay. Okay.
His personality is fucking horrifying.
Well, I don't know anything about it.
Yep.
So-
I've not used him much, but he's widely regarded as possibly the most terrifying character in Fire Emblem.
Terrifying?
Like sociopathic.
Oh.
Like maybe a serial killer.
Oh.
Literally will try to eat anything. He is a gourmand. You might be able to tell from like the chef, like, haha, like, look at
Okay.
this dish I'm holding. But like has expressed interest in eating anything and everything, like up to and including other people.
Oh.
He's kind of a horrifying freak. But that's not expressed in his design.
Not at all.
So in his design,
It's pretty respectable.
yeah.
Anyway. I like his hair, actually. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like the look.
Yep.
I like it. It's a slightly more grounded. It's almost like a wing, which kind of looks cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it. It's a normal hair color.
When it's slicked back and the rest of it's slicked back, which I enjoy. Anyway.
Very stylish.
Yep, the outfit itself is not horrible except for the colors.
Yep. And even then, the colors are more subdued. Like, the tan, I think, works. It works with a lot of the accents. Like, the orange does not look terribly bad on it because it's not nearly as bright as some of the other characters. The gold on the sleeves works. I like the little bit of... Again, my color theory is not great. Is this like a baby blue kind of sky
it's like
blue?
an
Aqua?
sort of.
Okay.
Sky blue.
Just
aqua.
a little bit of like royal dye coloration works. The purple and the red are where it starts to push my suspension of
Yeah.
disbelief a little bit. Now, purple and orange are supposed to be complementary colors, and I personally do like the combination in general. This is just a very chemical, like industrial dye purple.
Yeah.
It's, again, very bright. And then the red just doesn't.
The red ruins almost everything for me about the outfit.
If you literally just took those red strips off and left everything else as it is, it would work more.
Right.
In my opinion.
I agree.
Tone down the purple and it works even better.
Yeah, I agree.
If you did those two things, I would say this is an A-tier design.
Yeah.
As it stands, I personally would say B. You disagree, and that's fine.
Can
What
I
do you
see the
think?
other B tiers?
Yes. It's all these guys.
No.
No?
C tier.
C tier?
That's my opinion.
But again, I think that's fine. Again, I'm soured on the colors in the same way that you are. So as much as I like the other aspects of the design, I can say C.
Okay.
I can say C comfortably. That's fine.
C tier.
That's fine. Moving right along, I think we're going to go to about an hour with this one, and then we'll do a part 2.
Okay.
Because we're going to be here for a while if we go through all the others. So for those of you who are watching the video, you're probably seeing the end approaching and say, oh, there's going to be a part 2 because there's no way they're getting through all the rest of this in that time frame.
No way.
But we'll get through what we can where we can. This one I like a lot more. This is Seedall, the dancer of the game.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah, it looks fine.
I like him a lot. He's from Solm.
Okay.
So he's kind of got that very, like, can be easily covered from the shade and the sand, but looks like he would stay cool.
Yep.
Earthier, sandy tones, black and gold and red, and like a little bit of like kind of terracotta orange going on. The gold jewelry looks really cool. I even like the contrast of the black and the gold alternating on his sort of like sash coming off of his buckle there. I like him.
That's not bad at all. What I really like about it is, so you have like the bright colors in this design.
Mm-hmm.
You have his eyes that are orange,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have the bright colors in a piece of his outfit that can be easily removed. And so it's not just like injected into the rest of his outfit willy-nilly with no reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's actually another piece of clothing, which
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's an accent that he presumably added to add a splash of color to the whole vibe.
Yeah, so I enjoy that.
Yeah, and like you think about it, if you remove the cloak, it's just black and gold, and like his natural skin tone, and then his
That's
eyes.
it. Mm-hmm.
And I mean that would look really good too.
Yep.
But then having that little bit of extra color over top,
Yeah.
very nice.
I like it.
Very nice. I personally, I would put this in S.
Really?
I really like Seedall's design.
Go ahead.
So, like, more than any of the others, especially in terms of, like, comparing to other dancers throughout the series, I really like his design.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say S tier.
All right.
Our first S tier. Boom. Done. There he is. Seedall in S tier.
All right.
It only fits. It only fits. All right, moving right along into the Elusian characters, who vary wildly between very good and very not good. So, starting off, we have...
Oh boy.
Yep, Ivy, who a lot of people really like because, you know, she gives off the Dommy Mommy vibes that the internet so adores. Man, her casual outfit works way more than her battle outfit for me. The overlaying of the two was driving me insane, so we're going to go back to this design, or this view.
I'm not a fan at all. I will say that is an F tier design for me.
Damn. I personally would not put her in F tier. I would say probably D tier, though. I don't like the way the colors clash. I don't like how just over the top. Like this, when I think of over-designed characters in Fire Emblem Engage, Ivy's one of the first characters I think of, along with Allier.
Okay.
Like the spikes, and I guess she's supposed to have like this kind of like rose look going on. All of the characters in Elusia, or a lot of them anyway, have plant themes. Her name is Ivy. Like,
yeah.
so I get that that's what they're going for, but like the stupid wrist spikes and like the chin spike that feels like it would just stab her in the throat if she looked down too quickly. The blue and the like kind of magenta-ish red, and then the purple of her hair, and the weird kind of lacy doily headpiece, and the feathery red headpiece behind it, and then like the boa thing on her cape, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's
So why do you say D and not F?
I guess because I like her, like her hair color and her eye color and her skin tone, and her, like, if you took away all the ridiculous clothing and just looked at her like person design, I like that. And like, again, I'm being influenced by her casual outfit that looks way better to me.
Okay.
And she has this like kind of like cool veil thing going on, and her outfit's much simpler and everything. She loses the hand spikes. So I like Ivy as a character, her design, as a person, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Just this outfit is rough.
So I guess the question would be, are we judging the outfits that are presented to us here, or are we judging them based on their...
We're judging the outfits that are here.
Okay.
So I really... Yeah, it's F. It's F. It's an F tier. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
Oh,
yep.
Boy.
All right. So what we'll do is, because it's probably gonna go to Hortensia next, and we'll start with her on the next one. So we're actually gonna skip Hortensia and go to Ivy's retainers. Zelkov. I like Zelkov.
Yeah, I do too.
Zelkov's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, again, you take away all the ridiculous colors and just have an interesting looking design. And, like, yeah, this is a thief.
Yeah.
This is an assassin.
Absolutely.
He's got, like, the cool, like, eyes on his cloak.
Yeah.
With the key, very
Which is, like,
cool.
a pop of color.
Yeah. And it's just, like, a leather cloak with the straps and just, like... It goes down into, like, the long sleeves. And, again, you can't see it here, but you can see, like, when he's got his full body model. Mm-hmm. He's got, like, different keys lining the whole inside of his cloak.
Oh.
For presumably, like, all the different locks that he's ready to pick at any given time. He's very, 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 very cool.
I like that.
I like this design a lot. It's simpler, but it has a lot of personality at the same time.
Okay.
So, to me, this is an A-tier design.
Okay.
I really, really like
I would agree.
Zelkov. So, we'll drop him up in A tier. And then another good design, these are Ivy's retainers coming up. We have here Kagetsu. I like Kagetsu a lot as well. Mm-hmm. Kagetsu definitely just belongs in Hoshido.
Definitely.
Like, in terms of design consistency throughout the game, it makes no goddamn sense that he is the way he is.
Right.
Especially looking at all the other Elusian characters. Mm-hmm. But in terms of just overall design, I really like him.
Yeah.
All the colors work. Unlike Alchrist, he's got blue hair that doesn't clash horribly with the rest of his design. I like the gold in his hair. I like the red and white kind of like ribbon-y piece in the back. Mm-hmm. The golds and the reds and the blacks. It's kind of like with Seedall. He has a little bit more color on the rest of his outfit, but if you took this jacket away, he would have just like the black and the gold and the white with a little bit of red and then the blue hair.
I like this design as well.
I personally would say this is another S tier design.
Okay, good.
And again, this is like in terms of this game.
Right.
If we want to talk about comparing to other Fire Emblem games, maybe not so much.
Not so much.
But as far as the top of the design, I really like Kagetsu.
I agree.
So, which is really funny because our two S tier designs are characters I'm not using in my current run.
That's really
but
funny.
I like their designs. What can I say? And with that, we are at 1 hour. It'll be trimmed down a little bit, but I don't want to bloat this video out too much. So I think we're doing pretty good thus far. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to get a lot easier once we get to the emblems.
Oh,
so
my God, yeah.
We'll blow through that part pretty quick. But, I mean, how you feeling thus far? We won't change anything yet, but you feeling okay with our rankings?
Yeah, it's a pretty good spread.
Okay, okay. It's unfortunate there's a lot of D and F.
It's just...
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. It's not our fault. It's the game's fault. But it's just unfortunate to see.
Yeah.
You know? We have a lot of designs coming up that I really like, so that'll be good. And not just in the emblems, in the actual original characters as well. Yeah. But no, we're doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a long one. Thank you for sticking around with it, and we will definitely be doing part 2 with the rest of the designs. Give us your hot takes, your vitriol, your disagreement, or your agreement with our rankings. If you dislike something we ranked highly, let us know. And if you really like something we ranked low, let us know, and give us reasons why. I'd love to see some discussions respectfully in the comments. Everyone is allowed to disagree. It's fine. These are just our opinions, and they're just your opinions.
Yes.
But part 2 will be coming up very, very soon. We will record that very soon, and give us your feedback. So, with that said, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Do very much appreciate it. Stay safe and healthy out there, and remember, be good to each other. See you in part 2, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.